This is a solid. For some, it's a dream item, and collecting as many as possible is the reason some jammers still play the game since the beta days. But for others, this one solid is pretty much worthless. Thinking about this got me wondering, who exactly is a Rarest player on Animal Jam? And what kind of items would such a jammer own? So let's take a closer look at the rarest active Animal Jam player and their total worth in solids. Now, you might think that the rarest jammer would be a YouTuber, or perhaps a jam ambassador, right? The rarest player in AJ currently has an unknown username, but they are generally known as Kimmy. This is their old account, but due to how insanely rare it was, this account was hacked and eventually banned, making the player's current account hidden, even though the items are presumably split between multiple accounts to avoid such an incident happening again. To start off, it's estimated that Kimmy has about 100 solids worth just in items, owning items such as this one, believed to have been released on November 6, 2014 in the Twists and Turns seasonal adventure for a few hours, so not many people got it. That's worth 60 plus solids. Now this is where things start to get ridiculous, since the items owned by them are exclusive, few of a kind, therefore almost impossible to get in with huge value. Kimmy is also one of the only 3 jammers that currently have a rare Magenta short wrist, which is worth anywhere between 2,000 to 2,500 black longs. The rarity of this item comes from the fact that it was released into the game through the item recovery system by mistake, and an error occurred in the process, making a rare short wrist appear without a specific color, just fully magenta. The Milky Tiara, another extreme item owned by the jammer, was released on Jam Mart clothing in the beta testing in 2010, and left stores before the end of the beta. It's also worth about 10,000 solids or more, so we can now get an idea of how rare Kimmy actually is. Kimmy also owns one of the only 2 pearly tiaras in the game. It is speculated that they got this item by buying it from an unknown item seller for a pretty large sum of money, even though selling or buying items is against Animal Jam's rules. The pearly tiara is estimated to be worth about 20,000 solids. Next up, it is known that Kimmy owns not 1, but 2 beta eyeball hats, worth 15,000 solids each, for a grand total of 30,000 black longs. The origin of this item is somewhat unique, since it could have been obtained by beating an AJ guide in a mini-game, back in October 2010. It's also believed that it was sold at Jam Mart clothing, but there's no actual evidence of that. At this point, it's no surprise that the rarest player in Animal Jam also owns what is considered to be the rarest item in the game, the beta creature mask. This extremely valuable item was released on Jam Mart clothing in October 2010, just like the beta eyeball hat, and it's believed it was only available for a few days, or even a few hours. It's also worth well over 25,000 solids, with only 3 in existence. Now that we've taken a closer look at each item, we can sum it all up, and see that the rarest Animal Jam Classic player is worth a whopping 87,000 solids. I honestly respect the dedication of this person, since collecting all these items probably took many years. Also, considering the fact that the rarity system is constantly changing, this video is obviously not going to be relevant forever, so if I missed anything feel free to correct me in the comments.